and good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday evening. I just wanted to come on here. I don't hardly ever really do shoutouts. And when I do shoutouts, I think I do them more for the channels that I actually watch and not the channels that are subscribed to me. So this is, and I've subscribed back to them. So this is the people that have subscribed to me, and some of them are, let me start over. Some of them are Reborn channels. Some of them are crochet channels. Some of them have a little bit of both, I believe. I've watched videos on some of them, not all of them. So the first one is Miracle Cameron, and Erika Klein, Susanne Walle'n, Cynthia Nobara, I hope I'm getting these names right, Rochells Yarnscape, and yes, I am reading them off of my list, Lisa Height, Donna Mocko, Dawn's Darling Reborns, and congratulations, Dawn, on your new baby, on your new reborn. Marcella White's Boo Boo Babies, Crochet Me Pink Kelly, OlaJoe, Melissa Reborn Nursery, Hope Mahoney, auntyvernon Crochet and Stuff, Kerrie's Down the Rabbit Hole, Jeannie's Creations, and So What Home Party. A lot of these channels have less than 100 subscribers. Some of them have more than 100 subscribers. All of them less than 500 subscribers. So, when I'm recording this, it's probably not going to go up for a few days. I only say that because I think I'm going to link all these channels in my description, or as many as I can anyway in my description, so you can go check them out. There's one other one, I think it's Enjoy Olsen, and it's NJOY Olsen, I believe is what the channel name is. As far as I know, she's a fairly new channel. She does do crochet. She does do amigurumi. She, from what I've seen on her channel and from what she said, she freehands a lot of it. Now, if you don't know what freehanding is, for those of you who don't really know a lot about crochet, freehanding is when you do whatever you're making without a pattern. So, and especially, now I don't know if she is a pattern writer, or if she has ever, she only has a few videos, I think like 2 or 3 videos on her channel. She does other crafts, and she would like to get into reborning, which I think is really cool. But freehanding is not the easiest thing to do. Just because it's a lot of doing the work and undoing the work and doing the work and undoing the work and making sure it's just right. So freehanding does take a lot of work. And I'm glad I found her. Seriously. But anyway, I went and subscribed to her Let me look. So I went and subscribed to her, and whoops, wrong thing to go down. Okay. I don't see it on my subscribe list. Yeah, Enjoy, Njoy Olsen, Olsen. But like I said, she has a couple of videos up. She does crochet. She does amigurumi. She said she freehands most of it. She does. She said she uses some patterns, but she likes to freehand, which there's nothing wrong with that. So, I choose, and whether I've said this on my channel, and I probably have, but I'm not sure. Everybody has their own niche. Everybody has their own, you know, their own passion for their craft. Whether their craft is crochet, whether it's knitting, whether it's sewing, whether it's reborning, whether it's painting, whether it's whatever it is, everybody has their own certain passion for it. And so honestly, to not want to help somebody out can really come back to bite you in the butt. You know, one of the YouTubers that I found, she has a lot of the crochet YouTubers actually, and knitters, that I've found don't just keep people to themselves. You know, if this particular person, she used to make dolls. She decided she didn't want to make dolls anymore. She wanted to make scarves. And so now she knits and crochets scarves. She just finished a shawl and a scarf for two particular people's yarn that they've made. And she has, but she, so you can only make so much. You can only, if you reborn a doll, you can only make so many reborn dolls. Now, if somebody wants only your doll, that's great. But if you're overwhelmed, there's nothing wrong with, I guess people would call it outsourcing. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it? Okay, so you don't get that sale, but maybe if the person that you outsource to needs somebody to is overwhelmed, and maybe they'll recommend you for your work because you've recommended them for their work. So, and I think that's great. I think that for if you, I like doing amigurumi. I really do. But I like doing the dolls more. I like doing the amigurumi dolls more. I like crocheting dolls more than animals, for instance. Now, there are some patterns that I will do and that I love to do. and I don't have any problem doing. But then there are other patterns that I don't know, that I just don't like. And, you know, if you get a custom, and I'm sure it's the same way with reborning. I've not reborn for anybody but myself, but I'm sure if somebody asks for a custom and they say, I don't know, for example, do a custom on the Megan sculpt from Bountiful Baby, and you don't, for whatever reason, it's a personal preference whether you like the sculpt or not, but you particularly don't like that sculpt for whatever reason, and that's your opinion, but this person that's asking you to do the custom absolutely loves the sculpt. You have to try your best to do your best for the client. And so you you do the sculpt, you paint it the best that you can. Maybe you fall in love with it when it's done, maybe you don't. I had a custom Peppa Pig, and it didn't take me very many days to do it. I worked on it as much as I could, but it wasn't something that particular pattern wasn't something that I wanted to do. But because A, it was a custom, and 2, it was for my best friend's daughter, I did it without, you know. Another custom was for a lovey. Actually, I've had two customs, three, well, one custom, the lovey with the blanket, was the unicorn, and that was for my niece's daughter, my great niece. And then two, my best friend had asked for a lovey for her baby, and what I was looking for, it was like pulling nails. It was, or pulling teeth, whatever. It was so hard for me to find a pattern that I liked, and once I found a pattern that I liked and I paid for it, I found out I really didn't like the pattern because it wasn't something that I wanted. And it wasn't until after I had the turtles finished, because she said, well, why don't you make turtles? Well, when I thought about making a lovey, when I think about a lovey, I think about something with a blanket. She wasn't thinking about that, which is fine. That's totally cool. But she said she knew that I like turtles, and she's like, well, why don't you make a turtle? And I said, okay. I happen to have two very awesome turtle patterns that I've bought that I wanted to try, and so I ended up making 3 turtles: a spider turtle, a regular turtle, and a unicorn turtle, and absolutely loved it. And so all I'm saying is, it doesn't hurt to help other people out. Everybody has their own specialty, their own passion for what they do. So if your passion is to make blankets, if you're crocheting and your passion is to make blankets, and somebody asks you, and you really don't want to make amigurumi, or you really don't want to make, I don't know, shoes, slippers, if you know another person that crochets that makes wonderful slippers or wonderful whatever somebody else is asking for, there's no problem. There's nothing wrong with saying, let me talk to, I know somebody that does that thing, that kind of thing, enjoys it. Let me talk to them and see if they are taking any customs. If they're taking any customs, I'll give you her name, or I'll give you her name, or I can give her your name, or whatever. But that's just my opinion. My opinion is, it doesn't hurt to help other crafters out, whether it's crocheters, knitters, seamstress. When I say seamstress, I'm talking clothes. Quilters, anybody who sews. Because, again, with sewing, now, I personally don't like making stuffed animals when I sew. I have made, I think I've only, no, scratch that. I've made two. I've made two stuffed animals. Sewing. I've sewed two stuffed animals. That was it. That was for my niece. Am I glad I did it? It was for my niece. Of course I'm glad I did it. Would I do it again? I'm supposed to. Do I want to? Not really. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of controversy behind that one, but I'm not going to get into that because that's not anybody's business but my own. But, so, somebody who likes to sew stuffed animals, they like to sew stuffed animals. Maybe that's the only thing that they like to sew. I happen to like to sew bags. I like to sew purses. I like to sew diaper bags. I like to sew wallets. I like to sew that type of thing. I don't like to sew clothes in particular unless it's for my kids or unless it's for somebody that I really, really love. And if I just don't like to sew clothes. I don't like to have to try them on all the time and get the fitting right and all that. I like to sew quilt blocks. Not so much now. I haven't sewn a whole lot in the last 2 years. But I used to like to sew quilt blocks. In fact, I have a whole lot of quilt blocks that I made. I used to do a quilt of the month. This video is getting incredibly long, and I am so sorry. And I really do need to be quiet, but... So, but all I'm saying is, if you have... I don't see any problem in if you know somebody that, and maybe they do it better than you, maybe they don't do it better than you. I don't know. Maybe you think that you can do it the best. But every crafter thinks that they can do what they do the best. And so, but like I said, I don't see any problem in, I'm going to call it outsourcing. It's not really outsourcing. It is, but it isn't. It's kind of a you scratch your back, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back type of thing. Just like the sub for sub, you know. The good old, if you sub to me, I'll sub to you. You know. And I'm not saying, I'm not promoting a sub for sub. I usually sub for sub. If somebody subs to me, I usually sub them back. Whether I actually watch the channels, whether I've actually seen the channels before, is something totally different. Occasionally I'll watch a few videos. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I just sub to give them subs. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go because this is already 19 minutes long and I didn't want it to be this long. So, I am almost at 100 and it's taken me a 1.5 years to get there. But my channel has grown organically. And right now, it's grown without giveaways. So, I have strange ideas for giveaways, but I'm not going to talk about that. So anyway, I will let you go, and I will see you later. Bye!